You're now listening to the 1130 podcast. Enjoy the show.
I'm from the city, DC, that's where I'm from. 1130 podcast, Dre and Willsy is the one. Let's get it, yeah. Who with me? Let's get it, yeah. Who with me? I'm from the city, DC, that's where I'm from. Let's get it. 1130 podcast, Dre.
What it do, everybody, man? Welcome back to another episode of the 1130 podcast. What's good? Appreciate everyone tuning in, man. Here on this season finale episode this week, man. Appreciate it once again for everyone vibing with me throughout this latest season of the 1130 podcast show, celebrating 200 episodes and all that great stuff, man. For real, I appreciate it so much. For everyone who's tuning in here on YouTube, man, if you're new to the show and you haven't done so already, I don't know what you're waiting for, man. Definitely do me a huge favor. Like, comment, subscribe, man. Share, tell a friend about the 1130 podcast, and don't forget to follow the 1130 podcast on all social media platforms. All right, man. Now that's out the way, like I said, man. Man, it's the season finale episode, man. Been rocking strong since March, and before then, man, we had Beyond 1130, which Beyond 1130, you guys, man, is returning next month. So we got the crew, Brian B, Chanel, Harley. It's gonna be fun, man. Grown folks are talking, man. That's definitely coming back, and I appreciate everyone who's been a guest, man, or joined the 1130 podcast show this latest season. So, man, but yo, we ain't gonna waste no more time. The podcast show will indeed return this fall. The wrestling will continue to go strong as it is, man. But yo, on this season finale episode of the podcast show, man, I got my bro. He's my commission bro. He's always talking that wrestle talk with me on Talk Pro Wrestling or Commission Talk. My guy, Brian B, the host of the B-Line Entertainment. What's going on with you, partner?
What up? Yep. What's good, bro? Feels good to be talking, bro. I love being behind this mic, man. I don't know how everybody else be feeling when they doing shows and stuff like that. When I get behind this mic, it's just like the life. It's like I'm a superpower and shit.
Hey, yo,
good,
you just,
man.
Hey, I was just thinking of that too because I said something to myself, man. Just when you're going through, I don't know if you can hear my son in the background going through a lot, but when you go through all that and you just need to just exhale, man, and come in here and get on camera, man, and just talk or just vent, man. It just feel like, life is just, is good in a way, just chatting about stuff, man. So how's life treating you?
Good, man. I mean, definitely can't complain. The one thing I can say is, if I had to summarize life right now, the word I would use is new. And it's crazy because it's new, but it's still the same. You feel me? It's like, it's weird. It's like everything's still the same way this has been for mostly the last 6 to 4 years. But at the same time, like, I'm married now. Just that alone, it seems crazy as hell. Like, to some people, like, I talk to a lot of people, and sometimes, and I was even one of these people for a long time, where it's just like, you say to yourself, hey, man, I'm doing everything like I'm married. You know what I'm saying? I might as well just be. But it's something about, when you just fucking make something official, and it's just like, hey, this is really what it is now. It's new beginnings, it's new thoughts, and shit gets like upgraded, man. And that's kind of what I've been dealing with. This is my first week being a married man. Like, we're definitely in the honeymoon stage. Like, we had our first kind of fight today, and it was like weird. We both didn't want to fight. It's like this weird ass feeling. Like, wait a minute, we don't want to fight. So it was just like, we came back together real fast, and we started just noticing, man. It's like it's just next step time, bro. And I think that's really where I'm at right now. Just next step time. I'm ready to elevate, upgrade, everything forward. Health, every fucking thing. Like, I'm just on a mission right now.
Yeah, I remember 2 episodes ago, a couple episodes ago, we did the Beyond 1130 edition, and I remember you was like, man, you don't like no boring relationship. So did you start the argument though, or it just manifested on its own?
I started it, I guess, but not intentfully. Like, I started it. You know how when you start talking about some shit and even before you say anything, you like, oh man, it's gonna lead to some bullshit. I already know it.
Yeah.
I'm the
Uh
type of
huh.
nigga who I know that going into it, but that's not gonna deter me. I'm still gonna do the argument. Like I'm still gonna do the conversation. Now if it don't lead to an argument, sometimes you get the moments like, oh shit, we didn't argue. Okay, all right. But when it
I
do,
feel
you
like
like fucking
I be
knew it.
feeling like I be feeling like I was the only person because sometimes I
Bruh.
be like, dog, like, okay, I know what I'm about to say is about to turn into be some shit right now.
Yup.
Like we gonna be back and forth. Like, should
Yup.
I go in and say it? But I'm the type like I can't hold it in at times, dog.
Nope.
Like,
Exactly.
especially if it's like right there on my chest, dog. And I feel like
Hmm.
you know it too, but you being funny though. Like, so like, nah,
Yeah.
nah.
That's
But
just how it is, bro. That's just how it is.
what's the newest thing? I guess what's the newer what's been new now since now you married and everything. Said everything been new, but what's been new?
I
What's the
mean,
thing that stand out to you?
yeah, pretty much. I think more than anything, like I said, it's like it's new, but it's the same. But I think
Mhm.
that just the outlook, as crazy as it sounds, it's like it's just your outlook on shit. It takes weird things to inspire people sometimes, yo. It takes weird things. Like I'm not gonna lie, like just the event of getting married and shit like that or whatever, like it changed my perspective. You know what I'm saying? Like it brought me to a point like of realization. Like, okay, we've been living the way we've been living for the last 6 years. Like, it's been the same. We got a family, we still raising, we still going to work, we still building shit, we still doing what we gotta do. But then something happens where it's like, okay, we got an event. Okay, let's go do this. Let's go take care of this. We're gonna make sure it happens. We're gonna do it. And then you get there and you're involved, and the whole time you're going there, I'm just speaking on my side. Like I know for her it might have been different, but the whole time we're going there, like yeah, we're just going. Okay, we're just gonna go. In my head, I'm not gonna lie, I'm kind of like, damn, let's hurry up, man. I want to hurry up and go see the movie and do what else we're doing afterwards and shit.
Yeah,
But when you get there and you realize, like, you have a moment where you sit the fuck down, you realize what you're about to do, and then from there, I think that's where the change starts to really start to take place in like your existence, bro. I'm not trying to be all deep and shit. I'm just being honest. Like, you start to realize shit. Like, the reality sets in. Like, wait a minute, I'm about to fucking get married, bro. Like, damn, I ain't never did this before. Like, this is official. Like, the guy's handing you the license. Like, you got your names on it and stuff. Here you go, change
yeah,
your name this week or whatever. And then from there, it's like we come back home. We had a great night. We did everything together. Had a great night, and then we started like thinking about stuff together. Like, hey, listen, now it's time. Like, yo, now we're talking about everything's like rockets under our ass. Yo, we got to go get a fucking new house, man. We got this. We need this, man. We got to start these businesses together. We working together now. It's just a different fucking thing, man. It's really weird, but it's the
yeah.
mentality. I think I would say, if anything, that's the newest, the mentality, bro. And just like understanding that you have a partner that you have. If you take it seriously, you have a partner that now for sure. Nah, you mine and I'm yours till death do. When that nigga said till death do us part. You think
Yeah.
about it because you always hear about divorce and you always hear about all this
Uh huh.
stuff or
Yeah.
whatever, and you start thinking to yourself like, oh, this isn't that serious. But when you in it, it's serious, man. It's real shit.
Yeah.
You
It
filing
is.
taxes together. It's serious shit.
Nah, it is, dog. It's some serious shit, especially when you talking about, marrying someone till death do us part, and for the rest
Yep.
of your life, and that's the person that you gonna spend, the rest of your life with, and you gotta really, real life, be serious about the situation
For
because a
real.
lot of people just get into it just to say, oh, you know what, I want to get married, or just because they may do it because maybe that's what their parents wanted them to do, or something like that,
Mm-hmm.
like and not real life getting in a situation people get divorced 2 3 years later and was like, oh wait a minute, I don't, you got to know the motherfucker
Exactly.
first, before you,
Yeah.
talking about I do and shit. So and I remember one thing that changed my perspective when my fiance told me she came back and was like, look, I'm pregnant, and I was just like, yo
Mm.
man, like this is some okay, like ain't no turning back here
Shit
because
changes, bro.
shit changes real fast, man. It's
Yeah,
like,
man.
yeah, you're gonna be up in the middle of the night. Yeah, you're gonna have anxiety. You're gonna be worrying, and it was so much of put pressure on myself. Like
Yeah.
can I do it? Can I? But I'm like, man, I know I can. I'm the man there. I ain't.
Yeah.
I ain't. Like you gotta have some type of confidence in it, but
Oh
or
yeah.
else I feel like. the pressure of just being in your head would just worry you the fuck out, instead of
Oh
just,
yeah, it definitely yeah, especially with kids, man. I mean, the kids is definitely one big thing. That's but all lumped into one. Like the family stuff that you do, marriage, wedding, moving, all of that stuff or whatever. Like building your life with somebody, having people rely on you, to live. You know what I'm saying? Your kids, they look at you. Sometimes
hmm
my daughter, she's 5 now, and my other two kids are, two 13-year-olds running around. So it's like sometimes my daughter, she'll look at me and she'll say something to me or something like that, and I'll hear her, and she'll say, "Thank you, Daddy," or something like that. And it'll just be like the way she says it. Like she's real polite with shit. Like she can be a little asshole sometimes too, but she's usually real polite with everything. So it's like, "Thank you so much, Daddy. Thank you." And sometimes like I hit this little thought, like, "You're welcome, baby. You're welcome." Like, but then I think like, damn, if I didn't get that for her, if I didn't do the stuff, if I wasn't here, that I'm there. I'm it. She looks at me
Yeah.
for protection. She looks at me for food. Like, of course, her mom too.
uh,
But I'm
yeah.
it. I'm the one who's supposed to be. She looks at me. She wakes up. If anything happens, where's my daddy to help do anything that's wrong? And sometimes, if you have the understanding to have that wherewithal, like that's what you are. You are their world, bro. You are as a parent, you are their world. And it's a hard concept for mothers. Some motherfuckers, like you said, the pressure it'll crumble you, bro. It's hard to
Yeah.
take. That's why motherfuckers leave. That's why if you're a real person and you're a real person who's not just closed-minded, but you can be understanding even if you disagree, you literally can understand why people jet, bro. You understand why people leave. You
I
understand why
understand it.
people. I'm telling you, you
Yeah.
have to understand it.
and,
I wouldn't
and
do
it's
it
like you
until you
have to,
understand it.
yeah, and it's like you got to be in this position. You have to be in this position to understand it, because you like, well, damn, because growing up, I was like, well, damn, why pops didn't want to be with me? Damn,
It's
why pops
hard,
born,
man.
and shit like that. You don't even can fathom, the situations that be going on, with not even my mom and him, or just
Exactly.
or whatever the case may be. So it's just like, yeah, and now, as an adult male with a child, yeah, you understand. Do I want to do? Nah, I don't want to go that direction,
Exactly.
but I
Yeah.
understand though.
Yeah, yeah.
So
That's a key component too, because sometimes you'll talk to people and you'll get them conversations. No, no, I don't care. If okay,
hmm
motherfucker, like that's fine. Like you feel that way. You're that close minded to the shit. But a real, just like we talking right now, like a real open conversation where you can say, "Damn, I can't stand my pops." Like my father didn't do it. Like he was there, and I appreciate him for that for sure. But it's like to have a conversation with somebody whose pops did leave, and then they're knowledgeable, and like you said, you probably hated that shit from the day you were born. I didn't experience, so I'm just guessing, but I'm just saying, like, you probably hated that shit, you hated this, you hated that, didn't like it, wish this happened, wish that happened. But as you get older and you go through the experiences of life and stuff like that, and it teaches you the lessons that it teaches you, there's got to be some kind of relatability. Like, how did this motherfucker go and rob a bank? And then you start to be late on bills, and then people stressing you, and then you're like, man, I
yeah,
wish I could rob a phone. You feel me? Like, I would never do it, but I
yeah,
understand, like, a
but you
motherfucker who did
understand
it.
it,
Bro, I'm trying
yeah.
to tell you, like, that's just to me, Dre, to be real, 100%, that's just what I call real and honest conversation, bro. It doesn't mean I'm an asshole or a piece of crap for thinking that. It means that I'm fully understanding of shit, bro. I'm understanding of situations, yo. I would never do nothing like that, but that dude did it. Damn. First thing I'm saying is, man, I wonder what the fuck's going on in his life. Damn, he must really need something. That shit crazy.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? I ain't
No
judgmental
doubt.
right away. I ain't judgmental.
Yeah.
Motherfuckers, he must be a bad person. You don't know his fucking life. He might have that shit because it was all caught. He might be in debt, in trouble. His mom got kidnapped. No fucking idea. Don't judge people, bro. Shit is hard, yo.
Yeah, you right.
Telling you,
You so
bro.
right about that, man. So right about that, man. Man, from that right there, when we're talking about, man, just life and parenting. It was a Netflix. Well, it was a documentary that's on Netflix. That I wanted to talk about too, because it kind of like relating to what we just talking about, and I want to share my opinions. And if you've seen it, I want to hear what your thoughts is. Though, it's called "Tell Me You Love Me." It's a documentary on Netflix. I'm gonna share a trailer for you, and I'm gonna tell you
Okay.
about it if you haven't seen it and everything.
Yeah, I didn't see
On
it.
disability, interesting.
Derek can't communicate nonverbal with cerebral palsy.
When I met Derek, I sat in the class with him and provided communication support.
Facilitators were doing this, thinking they were giving people the ability to be able to communicate.
She looked at Derek and said, "Do you want me to tell?"
She said, "Yes, we have made love."
Then he said, I've dreamed about this.
She was having conversations with herself.
Anna is a pathological liar and narcissist.
I'm not guilty of a crime.
A few moments later.
Come, J.O.B. I'm independent and God is blessing me. I was like, I don't call 9 times out of 10. I don't call at all. Things are overdue. I miss having someone to answer to. Woo! At a house, I got a key. One more thing I really need. Woo! Shit! I remember this song's a jam to this, yo. I'm one lady man. Woo! Oh, you're jamming, Dre.
I hear, man. My little man, he ain't got no chill, bro.
Oh, he pulled
No
the internet
chill.
out.
Yeah, bro. And then
Yeah,
fucking with the
boy,
plug and
bro.
shit, bro. Yes, he is,
Yeah,
bro.
that documentary. So I saw the preview. I haven't seen it. I haven't had a chance to check that out. Looks like it just came out recently.
Yeah, it just came out recently, and it's on Netflix. Tell me you love me. Tell me you love me. It's about a guy who has a severe mental disability, and they're basically calling him he's mental retardation. Yes,
Yeah,
mental retardation. He can't talk or anything. Can't do for himself or whatnot. And in this process, I believe I believe someone in the family reached out to this lady. I can't think of her name though, but the main lady in the documentary where they wanted to help their son be able to communicate. I think he wanted to go to college and everything, and to help. And she's a person who helped people with this
uh-oh.
laptop so they can be able to communicate what they want to other people and try to put it together. But she's
Yeah.
also damn, I can't even think of the damn word. But what she does
Manipulator.
is yeah, basically a little bit. She stands over the person, that she's helping with, and sort of guide, or supposed to guide them to, choose what letters and, make out the sentence, on the computer or whatnot.
Yeah.
And but this whole came down to a situation where I was watching it with me and Bay, and I was like, dog, I'm definitely talking about this. And as a parent, I don't know what I feel, but the guy in the show, him and his mom take care. The mother, felt some type of way that this lady was basically coming in and saying that she fell in love and had sex with her son, who has a mental and physical disability and
Yeah.
whatnot. And the thing about it that I was like that I felt conflicted by. I was like, well, I put myself in a position that if I was the parent, of the guy right there who had a physical and a mental disability, which you can't see and he can't do nothing for himself, and this lady comes about and now she's saying, oh, D man says he loves me and all this everything, and that they having sex and everything, and I'm just like, hold up, wait a minute. My eyebrows are raised though, but also on the other side of it, as a guy with a disability, I do understand that maybe, at times, because, growing up with a disability, I felt like I was a burden, so he felt like he was a burden because his mom and had to take care of him and do everything he wants. So when a woman comes in who's not his mother and everything, and, give him all this attention and have sex with him and everything like that, you feel like he deserves it and he
Yeah.
should be right though. But also on the parents' half, it's like, wait a minute, I think this woman, real life playing games with my son though.
Okay, so I didn't see it, but the context you're giving, the picture that you're painting, just my perspective, whenever it comes to shit like this, bro, it's all about character, yo. everybody, as long as everybody in the situation is adults, then everything's at least legal. You feel me? Like everything, you can't question that part. Oh, it's this.
He's
Oh
30 something
no,
years old too.
he's a grown man. It's a grown woman. At that stage, at that level, everything is like it's all working together. Now this is where it starts to get different. If you got hired to do a job and you over here, especially for somebody who needs assistance in doing everyday shit, they can't do things for themselves. They have a disability, so they can't do the same kind of things or functions the same way that they'd be able to do normally. And you get somebody outside hired, it's not the mom, it's not this, it's this person. Hey, well, I'm going to come in and I agree that I'm going to help you provide a service and I'm going to do this. And that's how it's going to work for us, for our situation. If that's a clear understanding, at that point, nobody is saying, hey, you can't fall in love. Hey, you can't have, feelings come up or pop up, even if they are a little bit inappropriate. Hey, you can't do this way. You can't do that this way, whatever. At that point, that's where your character comes in. Your character should be standing up enough to say, hey, this is a public profession. I have an understanding with these people. Let me let somebody know, excuse me, I'm sorry to wear you this, let you know this. I know I'm trying to help your son, but we're kind of catching feelings. I don't know, I didn't expect this at all. And I just wanted to inform you because I know I'm here to do a job. I'm here to address this, but I kind of catching feelings for your son. Like, I just want to be honest with and upfront with you about it. And you rock from there, bro. You know what I'm saying? Like, there's a proper way to do everything. But if you want some sly shit, and you trying to fuck them and you doing all this other stuff, but you're supposed to be assisting them and shit like that, it goes back and it's got the same kind of territory as, your teacher or your boss. You know what I'm saying? Like, you're in a place of, you're in a position of power, or you're in a position of assistance, and you're abusing that in a degree. Because at the same time, I'm not saying my man couldn't have fell for you or anything like that. But like you said, Dre, you had more of a kind of a relatable, sense to this. So it's like, I can understand if you're getting assistance and then somebody else comes in and they're helping you and it's like, damn, this feels good, man. I got somebody else. I'm attracted to this. Or I like, you know what I'm saying? That makes sense. But it's on her part because she's the party that came in and she's supposed to be professional, but she's crossing the boundary. And if you cross that boundary, you got to be, you know what I'm saying? I saw a couple of things in the trailer that was like, oh, she's got other shit going on. So now that's where I'm telling you, bro, this is a conversation that can even tie into the kids' conversation, because I tell my kids this shit all the time. Your character and how you represent yourself and how you're represented to the world, your third party perspective, that shit is so important, bro. Because if you're a upstanding citizen, you do most shit right in your life, you don't really get in that much bullshit, and then something like this happens and you just like, yo, I don't know what happened. I just fell in love with this guy. Like, I was just helping him and it was just a bond I couldn't explain. And you got good credibility, then more motherfuckers is more likely to be like, oh, okay, bro, yo, that's Jenny. Damn, she fell in love. Okay, well, they're more willing to rock with you. But you got a fucked up past, and then you coming with some bullshit. Now you suspect. You feel me? So credibility is super important, man. It's super important for this shit.
Yeah, you're right. You're right. It is though. But like I mentioned, the dude was 30 years old. She was grown, and I felt as though, because then you also get certain parents in a way, which yes, you want to protect your kids at all costs. You're there to watch over them. But I felt like, but even in this situation, because they in the documentary they said that they did tests and they ran more tests and basically qualified the guy as he has a mental disability where he can't do anything or nothing and where they put down like three shapes in front of him and they told him pick out the car and he picked out something else each time. He kept doing it over and over. So they when she made the statement, it was like, no, when he told me this and he came on to me and this and that, it also played back to where it was like, well, damn, I think this bitch crazy. But also,
and a freak, too. Don't leave that part out.
Definitely, definitely. But because before I, said that, the mom gave me red flags too, and I understand. Yes, she know her son. She know the disability. She know he can't do nothing for himself. But I was like, well, at some point, I would hope maybe she would say like, okay, D-Man or Derek, whatever his name is, deserve to have love, deserve to have some type of, uh, relationship maybe in his life,
Yeah.
and instead of just being that, mom where it's like, well, I don't want nobody, close to my son but me. And, I felt that way in a little bit, but, I understand, it all, in her being overprotective, on him. In some ways, you
Yeah,
have to be in the kids.
yeah, and you're definitely right. In some ways, you have to. I can't, I can't speak on like, if your son has an issue or anything like that where he needs assistance. I mean, I'm pretty sure your red flags are super high of people taking advantage of them. There's the whole shit where,
Hmm.
people who know the system also, like if you can get a check, there's a lot.
Yeah,
There's a lot
no
that comes with
bullshit.
it.
Yes.
There's a lot
Uh-huh.
that comes with it.
Yeah.
So a mom being protective of her baby, you feel me? Like, yeah, there's no doubt she might be definitely, have qualities that's more overprotective, but with good reason because, most of the time, sometimes parents are assholes too. It could be two assholes we're dealing with right now. But if the parent is over here trying to be like, yo, listen, I'm seeing something with you, I'm not feeling it, and I'm like this with everybody, but with you, I'm really like that. You know what I'm saying? Or I'm just like this with everybody, and I'm just trying to make sure that no matter what happens, I'm trying to protect my son because he can't protect himself. I mean, that's a good parent to me. Even if you are overparenting, I feel you because you're like at the same time you gotta let my man fly. You gotta give him his opportunities. Don't be blocking his opportunities. But you
Hmm.
got this bitch right here who over here, and I haven't seen it. I'm gonna definitely go watch it. But getting the context that you laid down in the trailer, I'm saying like if it is some shit where she over here, like I said, I'm a person that's a professional. I'm here to help your son, and then she playing
Yeah,
the
that's
card like, oh, we just fell in
mhm.
love and now I want to
Yeah.
marry him or something. Now you tripping, you tripping. How many times have you done this before, bitch? Like that's my question. Like, oh, this ever happened before? Oh, just a couple. Fuck you. Yeah, you playing.
Yeah, man. I definitely understood it. Yeah, because from my perspective, I was like, hold on, wait a minute. You know what I mean? I think you deserve it though. But hey, look here. You got to protect your
Yeah,
kids.
be careful,
At
man.
all. Yeah, at all costs, man. At all
Chicks will
costs. All
mess
right.
you up. Yo, listen, hold on,
No,
wait,
yeah,
Dre.
yeah. What?
That,
No, go
yo,
ahead.
listen. I have this conversation with my son. It's crazy. We just went and we went to Sam's Club and we did some shopping or whatever and stuff like that. And like I said, I don't know if I said this before, but it's weird, yo. Another thing what happens when you get married and shit, like I've gained a lot of weight since I was like, out of my 20s and shit like that or whatever.
Hmm.
So it's like I don't walk around with the same confidence I had before, but I know I'm a good looking motherfucker. Like I'm not like I ain't the best, but I'm just saying like, but I don't know, bro. It's like motherfuckers are reading on you, bro. I was getting attention today, bro. Like I had the
That's
same shit I was on, and this one lady, literally, bro. Listen, this is where you know this shit. It was a lady walking with her husband. She was walking side by side with her husband, and she looked over and she saw me, and she stared longer than she should have, and I wasn't even looking. White lady, and she stared longer than she should have, and then she went and she got behind her husband and kept looking at me, and I was like. Y'all bitches be, yo, a girl will fuck you up, bro. They sneaky with that shit, yo. And
they is, man.
I was like, the ring got some power on that motherfucker. I'll
Yeah, they
take
make
it,
it seem
bitch.
visible, huh?
Yeah, no
Hey, no
more.
more, bro. Hey, it's
Yep.
crazy. Why is that though? It's like
I
soon
don't
as you
know,
get,
man.
you'll be single for forever, and then you get in a relationship, and 2 weeks into that relationship, you see this bitch just, just like what you looking at me like what the
I'm
fuck, like,
telling you.
like because nobody was giving me the time of the day or the airtime at all, and now all of a sudden, I'm engaged, or I'm married, or like what the fuck? Nah, come on.
It's crazy, bro.
But yeah,
Yeah, it's crazy.
women are funny.
They do some
Definitely.
conniving shit. Men do some shit too, right? They always talk about our shit. Y'all do
Yeah.
conniving shit. Y'all do shit and act like y'all angels and shit in the courtroom. I never knew that. Fuck you. Stop playing with me. I don't believe nothing you say. You're a
Nothing.
liar.
Uh, all right, man. Man, me. We were talking, about dad and parents and stuff, man. And me, getting ready for my son to be 2 years old and getting up there in life. I think it's been one of the best experiences that I can say, because I know I shared some clips on the podcast. It was actually 200 episode.
Mm.
Just about when I even announced that I was going to be a dad, and then 2 years later and stuff, and still figuring it out, but making it work though, and
Yeah.
trying to be the dad. And I think what what matters the most is like how you said, like we was talking about a little bit earlier. You understand those, guys who just say, you know what, man, I'm out, man. But it matters the being there. How
Yep.
you talked about how, man, your kids was in one, so you said, fuck that, I'm going too.
That's
So
right.
when it's important, for both girls and boys though. But I speak, real highly on boys though, because I think boys can get in, like, I don't want to say the head, especially not little kids, but they get a little. I don't know if I can't find the right word, but when they just with mommy, I guess it's just they don't. It's no, I don't know. It's no literally control in a way. There, it's just they just doing everything they can do, and then when
Yeah.
you show your presence, whether trying to protect them or guide them to
Yeah.
do right
The
things,
dad's a strong figure,
it's
yo.
like,
Yeah,
yeah.
the dad's a strong figure. And listen, this is gonna rub people probably the wrong way. I had a whole episode that I just did last Tuesday about being a man, yo. What I classify as a man, as far as like traits, everything like that I look at as where you say I'm a man. Like if you in the street and you got fucking 5 males lined up, and you got a motherfucker that says I'm a man, and you got a couple people, I'm a man. I'm a man too. I don't know, motherfucker. I'm just saying, like, and I'm not trying to be disrespectful or whatever, but I'm just saying, take it how you want it. There is, like you just said, bro, it's something about being the dad. It's something. There was a video on TikTok too, where something. There was a video where it was a little kid and he was in there giving his mom the business. No, I don't wanna. I don't wanna do it. And you saw the dad coming into the room. He was just walking in and he opened the door, and the son turned around, looked up. Got his ass right in that bed and laid down. And listen, that's not just that household. That's a lot of houses that I've seen. When daddy jumps in or when daddy's around, even in my house, if they talking shit, saying something like that, they know when I walk in the room, it's a fucking rap. It's not the fact they don't respect their mom. It's just, I'm telling you, bro, I think it's more of like the genetic thing. I think, women, they carry, this is going to sound crazy, bro. I'm just thinking this shit right on the spot.
I'm interested because it
Yeah.
literally is the minds too. Because it's like she'll say
Yeah.
something to it, and he be like, ooh, 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 like what
I
the
think
hell?
it's deeper than just like, I think it's deeper than just like, taught or whatever. You know what I'm saying? It's I think it's just something genetically that's a responsive kind of trait where the mom is the nurturer. She's literally the one that the child has been hearing and feeling and literally a huge part of herself. She grew that shit in her body and then pushed it out of her body, and that connection, she feeds it with her body. Every like aura of the fucking mom is invested in the child for at least the first year. You know what I'm saying? Like every connection, like you literally gotta be with the mom. It's part of the world. Like, so it's like when you got all of that shit, that connection just passed down through generations and shit like that. Where there's got to be some kind of connection with the mom, so you feel a lot more comfortable with the mom. You feel me? Like it's a party. You came out that motherfucker. But then the dad comes in, and the dad made you. Don't get it wrong. It's been twisted. His fucking formula, was in the tube, and it made you. But the dad pops in, and the dad's a little bit more. He's a little larger. He's a little stronger, and that baritone is in his voice. So when the dad comes in and says, "Sit your ass down before I gotta get this and make," and you sitting there like, "Holy shit!" And that kid's like, "What?" Also, with this little theory that I'm just making up on the spot here, think about it like this too, man. Because of all those connections to the moms and women and stuff like that or whatever, they're naturally just built off of way more responsibility and understanding to a degree of, you listen, if you make a choice, no matter what, you're stuck with this shit. You're stuck with the after effects of it. You're stuck with every fucking part of it. But a man has decisions, and his decisions can be made in different ways. We can dump and run. We can do mad shit that the woman can't even think of, because and I think that's a portion that ties our responsibilities in other areas. Like if you really think about the scientific nature of fucking human beings in general, not all this other fucking emotional connection shit, not all this other stuff, whatever. But if you think about the brass tacks of us, just fucking, chromosomes and all that shit, the genetics, period, bro, of how we're made, all of that shit, it all factors into our characteristics and what we do, bro. It's real crazy conversation and like thought process to have outside of the ones that we're focusing on more than anything about like how you feel. It's all about how you feel now. It's nothing about like the natural genetic makeup or anything. It's all about just how you feel in every situation. And I think that's why we so fucking lost in questions like this, bro. This is the conversation I feel like needs to be happening more so we can have better dynamics in raising our children to make the world better, not to fucking try to just, accommodate all feelings and things like that or whatever, that people are having that are getting influenced at some point. Because at some point, influence has to take over. You might have had one motherfucker with a strong idea that may even been right, but after you have 16 people that follow behind him, now you got 16 more that could be watching and just be getting influenced by that person. Not even never felt it before, but have the opportunity to feel something. And now you got more motherfuckers marching behind you. And that's the danger of influence, bro. And I can go, like I said, this shit can get real intellectual, yo. 'Cause I can talk about shit like this all day. But it's got to be something, man.
Yeah, it do got to be something though, and she said it's your daddy powers or whatever, she call it daddy powers. Come in the room and now I ain't really gotta raise my voice though. I don't like raising my voice though, but soon you just come in and he know what he doing wrong, and just that moment is just and then like how you said when your baby girl just says thank you, so now because he be like thank you, so. It warms your heart, and especially when he tries to imitate, you have your kids imitate you. I think that is like the warmest thing that I be like, okay, yeah, like you got it, man, you got it. You bad, but you got it, man.
Yeah, it'll break you down in a minute, man. It sucks because they know how to do it, bro. My daughter, it's hard. When I be getting
and I know it's even harder for a daughter, for a girl,
hard, man.
As a girl dad.
It's hard. I be trying to get mad at her. Whatever, she did something the other day, and I really had to tell her. I was like, we was walking. We was coming out of the place. She had an attitude because she didn't want to leave the pool. That's what it was. And we're walking, and I'm real cool with her because I'm like, come on, Jordan, let's go. And she went and she did something like she tried to pull away from me in the street. And I said, get your ass over here. Like immediately, like she was my son for a minute at that point. I said, get over here. I don't care. Don't have no attitude. Don't play with me, Jordan. And immediately she gets a little face. And I'm strong with my shit, so I just kept walking. But then as soon as like maybe a couple steps, I'm looking down like.
Do they have temper tantrums? Do they do the temper tantrums and stuff?
I'm not trying to brag. I'm being dead ass honest. Hell no. They don't do that shit, yo. My kids don't fuck around, bro. Yeah, it is because I'm a little tougher. People wouldn't agree. If people was like watching me in the house, they wouldn't agree with everything I do. I'm a little stronger. I got a big voice. I don't stay quiet. Hey, what's y'all? Even right now, I'll pause this motherfucker. Yo, I hear all y'all niggas. Chill out. Hey, no. I'm the dad, bro. I'm aggressive and all that shit.
I understand it now, because we're growing up and being a kid, you don't really understand until that full life perspective turns around on you and you understand being that father figure, that dad and everything. So
for real,
man, I dig it a lot, man. You checked out? Have you heard about the Kendrick Lamar pop out concert?
Nah, man, I don't even. Lately, I've been hearing so much about like these artists and stuff like that. Yo, you want to talk about rap? You want to talk about hip hop for a second? I want to share something. Maybe this is a good conversation.
Okay.
I've been hearing stuff about Kendrick Lamar and stuff like that, and I'm not gonna lie, like when the whole they had that little sprout of beef that was going on with Drake and Kendrick, and there was a couple other people too that was like kind of battling with each other, Quavo and Chris Brown. Remember, it was all that shit.
Oh yeah,
or whoever, and then but they had a lot of different stuff going on, and I was like, okay, maybe they're like reintroducing some hip hop shit. And Eminem came out with a song, and it was kind of like his earlier days and stuff like that. I'm like, all right, maybe hip hop is trying to spurt back. I'm not gonna lie to you, bro. I saw a post today where I guess I was a rapper who got shot at his birthday party or something like that. Fulio. Yeah, I've never heard of him. No disrespect, but I've never heard.
I haven't.
Yes, but I'm not gonna lie, bro. When I read it, I'm not gonna lie. There was a part of me that was just like, why do I still continue to entertain this bullshit? Like, it's not positive, man. I grew up with the G Unit. I grew up. I'm fucking dead love in my shit to this day. I grew up hardcore rap, even when it was really like street shit. Like, even before when it was Wu-Tang, Protect Your Neck, street shit. Like, straight from the hood shit. I grew up with that shit. I grew up with Eminem and the crazy lyrics and all that stuff or whatever. But it's just like, I don't know, bro. It's foolishness at this point to a level where I just don't even entertain this shit no more. And niggas are still getting shot and murdered over it. And I'm like, at least before, I know it's gonna sound fucked up. At least before, I was like, at least niggas had bars like, D Block and Jadakiss. It was a song with Jadakiss and Jewels recently. And I shared it on TikTok. I'm like, this shit is fire. But it's like, then I hear about all this other bullshit. This kid's getting shot at his birthday party for whatever reason. And just this one gets shot, that one gets shot. At what point do you wake up and realize, like, yo, there's nothing positive about this shit at all? Like, what's positive about it anymore, bro?
I say it to myself. I can't remember what scenario. Actually, it was the takeoff. When he got shot. Yeah. And I think he was at a bowling alley or whatnot, and 3 o'clock, 2 o'clock in the morning, whatever the case was. And I remember I was saying this to myself, yo, man, the day that I see the day that I'm wealthy or rich enough, and I got a lot of money, I'm gonna have my own bowling alley in my house. You feel me? Like I'm gonna be in the crib, like, and at that point, like, responsibilities in life changes a whole lot now, and I feel like where it's like, okay, now, people don't want to, leave, they want a new life, but they don't want to leave the old life alone, that is, because it's like, okay, now you made it in a way. You made it. You're a rapper now. Okay, so let's leave all that behind. And if you got kids or you got family, I know they probably depending on you and everything. But hip hop became more so just, hey man, let's just talk about how many bitches I got, how many niggas I shot, and that's just it. And the only reason why I mentioned, the Kendrick Lamar more often, because it's like more so, it's not that many people out now where it's like a whole event. It's like a whole, they're trending when they got new music out, or and it's not, Kendrick Lamar is one of them. I know J. Cole is definitely another one of them. So it's like, I agree with you. I don't even know a lot of the guys now. I grew up where it was Ludacris, 50 Cent. It was
you knew a lot of talent.
Yeah, you knew a lot of people. Now it's just everybody young this or little that, and it's you really, I don't know.
Yeah. And also knowing, like, just the history of a lot of these guys. The sad part is, a lot of these guys, they come from the street, they come from drug dealing and shit like that. A lot of times that's how these motherfuckers get out. They front the money. They've been in the business for a long time, and that's how a lot of them get out. That's how a lot of them gain their popularity. That's how they get going on the street, from being on the street, bro. And the image that you represent in that is not a positive one. Like you said, everybody doesn't have that wherewithal to say, hey, I'm doing what I gotta do, or that mentality of like, hey, I'm doing what I gotta do. I'm doing this to build a better life for myself. It's not the best shit, but I'm gonna invest in this and sell these rocks, whatever, do whatever I gotta do while I'm doing this. And when I get my position, or when I make my big break, then I'm gonna leave this shit behind and start moving forward. And people do it. There's no doubt people do it at whatever cost. You see Jay-Z, you see these motherfuckers, they was in the game, you know what I'm saying? They was doing shit before they got out. A lot of people paid their way through, bad representation, everyone will call it, just so I don't, say anything wrong. But I mean, you literally have to start questioning, like you said, these guys that come out. I'm in Atlanta, like I was just saying that shit because I'm trying to open a studio in my garage to where it's going to be like, it's not a recording studio, but a studio so people can come in if they acting or they modeling, and you need a place to take pictures. I have a little fee. I got a nice camera. I got some backdrops. I got a whole bunch of shit. Come take some pictures. You want some cheap pictures? Hey, I'll take portraits and portfolios for you. That was $20-$50 or whatever. Make some packages on the website, and then bam, make a little business myself. And my dad was like, "Oh, you gonna do recording? You gonna do recording studio? Fuck no." You know why? Because I don't want these ignorant ass motherfuckers coming to my house and, you know what I'm saying, setting me up and on up. Nah, man, I don't trust it. I don't trust any of it. It's not a good. It's not a good image behind the shit, bro. So
Yeah, definitely.
I don't
Rap
listen
habit.
to it, man. It's fucked up. I don't really listen to rap and shit no more.
Yeah,
I'm just not interested in it.
most of the stuff I listen to is either stuff I either heard of, and I've been listening to for a while, but not nothing really new. And I'm
Yeah.
I'm a big cross genre fan, so I
Oh
love
yeah.
everything. So the hip hop is definitely ain't been the great though, but
Yeah.
definitely shout out to Kendrick Lamar bringing everybody together in that show on the West Coast, man. It was definitely dope. All
Was
right,
it
we're gonna move
good? Was it
on.
good? Yeah.
Yeah,
I mean,
yeah,
I didn't hear about it.
yeah, definitely it was good. Dr. Dre, Schoolboy Q, a couple other guys on.
Oh,
It
that's
was
what's up. That's what's
cool.
up.
It was real cool.
Yeah, I ain't a hater, but it's shit. If it was a good show, I mean, I'm down for a good show. Just want some
yeah,
positive shit, you know?
yeah. It was to me the form, the layout was more so like a comedy show. You got the people who come on before you and
Oh yeah.
open you up and shit like that, and then he came on and did his thing and everything. So it
That's
was
what's up.
definitely dope. He performed not like us like 5 times at the end. I guess
Bruh,
to
that's
troll
TikTok,
Drake.
bruh. That's
Yeah,
TikTok, yo. TikTok is the new top 10 on the radio and shit. TikTok is
yeah,
a new reason why you blowing up. If you make a song,
yeah.
yo, here, check this shit real quick, Dre. If you make a song, this is gonna sound crazy. Somebody
I
pointed
agree
this
with
shit
you.
out to me.
I know what
Not on another show, not even that long ago. Somebody said that Weird Al Yankovic. Do y'all remember that motherfucker who used to come on and make the parody songs about Michael Jackson? Instead of Beat It, it was Eat It, and he had been spending most our times in an Amish paradise, been spilled butter once or twice. He was just a goofball, like just a comedy actor, whatever. You know that motherfucker has sold like 1 billion streams or some shit like that on Spotify, or like 10 billion. Just being funny and just creative and goofy and whatever. Yo, now that was in like the 90s. Now, all you gotta do is make a catchy little song. You don't even gotta fucking try hard and have people catch that shit on TikTok and start dancing to it, or you make a dance. Just stupid shit. I'm not even saying anything. It don't even gotta take a long time. Just stupid shit. You'll be a millionaire.
Right.
That fast.
Right.
Why is it that easy? But motherfuckers ain't millionaires. Like,
Yay. Because you
it's
know why?
that easy.
They don't know how to manage it. They don't know how to manage it. And they go viral. They don't have no person, next to them and telling them
Yeah,
XYZ of the business.
that's right.
It's easy, to go sort of viral. And maybe it's not, but you put out that hit song, but to keep having that, sort of, keep having that success,
Yeah,
at TikTok and with the music is a little different though. But I
yeah.
definitely agree with you, man. That's how you do it. Come out with a song and boom, put it on
Goofy
TikTok, and
shit.
especially if it's trending or some goofy shit, it'll go viral. Definitely go viral. All right,
Crazy.
real fast. We're gonna move on here on the podcast show. This past Friday night, man. Uh, it seemed like Triple H, man, booked SmackDown like the rent was
No
due,
shit.
man. For
Yo,
real. I got to get your thoughts on Jacob Fatu
yo.
joining the bloodline now, man.
I'm super,
Well,
super. I'm ready for this shit. Like, I was saying I did a couple shows since this happened, but I'll tell you right now, like, I was literally in my house. I mean, all the SmackDown. SmackDown was really good all the way through. But like you said, with Jacob Fatu coming out at the end, it was something I wasn't thinking about because of the Wyatt Six situation. I was all about that. I was like, I just couldn't wait to see them again and see what they had to do or see what was next with them. But when I saw the bloodline stuff happen, first off, I want to say this about this. I want to say Kevin Owens and Randy Orton and I guess Cody Rhodes. Cody Rhodes is the only one that makes sense in this situation. But Kevin Owens and Randy Orton, I'm just not interested in them in what they're doing with the bloodline. Like I like the fact that they're being used as like the fall guys that the bloodline kick their ass or whatever. But I wish that they had more of a feud. I wish there was more of a feud to kind of build off of. Randy Orton's a big ass name, and I don't want to see anybody in the bloodline lose right now. So I don't want to see Kevin Owens and Randy Orton getting their lick back. I want to see them go down. I'm sorry to say it, but I want to see the bloodline's complete domination right now. And with Jacob Fatu coming there and eliminating fucking Randy Orton, Kevin Owens, and the WWE champion, Cody Rhodes, by himself, is one of the biggest things you could do. Dre, you know, I'm always the one saying, if you gonna come out, you have to be fucking dominant, spectacular fashion, and he looked like an animal doing that shit. And right now, I would, if I was the YS6, I fear Jacob Fatu. No bullshit. That's just how it is, man.
For real though?
He coming in, he just took out a legend, the champion, and a fucking hardcore fighter by himself. There's no fucking disputing it. In dramatic fashion. Come on, bro.
He did it. He did it in dramatic fashion. Did this change your opinion on the bloodline prior to how you felt about them though? Because since now Jacob Fatu, did it feel like the aura about him when he came in, or the fact that he just took out all three of them by himself? He didn't need nobody though. And
he came
in.
Think
that was
my bad. If you were asking, it changed a bit because I'm not gonna lie. I forgot about the bloodline. I was looking at it. This is gonna sound crazy, but I was looking at Tama Tonga when Tama Tonga came in. I was thinking, okay, he about to come in and be on some soldier shit. Like he about to come in and be on some wizard. And not that he hasn't, but they've been putting him in a lot of matches. They've been putting him in. They've been placing him in the light where you can see him lose, and it's all right. So I'm like, okay, he didn't come in and be on some dominant shit. So I'm like, if he's not on some dominant shit, they don't have somebody dominant yet. They're trying to play Solo like he's dominant. Solo was on a fucking crazy losing streak until this position. He can't be dominant. So it wasn't strong yet. It was still the bloodline, but it was the bloodline like CM Punk said on Thursday. It was the weak bloodline. But when Jacob came in that bitch, now you were like, oh fuck, we're like you literally had to put your hand down, like, oh fuck, we're done. Like, who's stepping to these niggas? Like, that's how I felt.
And this is what WWE was concerned about also with Jacob Fatu and his aura in a way. And when they brought him in, prior to this, everybody was like, yeah, the bloodline, man, it's all right. Solo, I'm not really feeling it. Like how you said, you were the only one.
I called it, right?
And then you put Jacob Fatu in the mix, and now it's like, hold up, wait a minute, okay. Now y'all, you got my interest back, and I'm digging it though. And I think, man, that goes a lot to say to Jacob Fatu, and that's who Paul Heyman was hitting about a couple of weeks ago when he was talking about when he was telling Solo, like, we didn't hire all these thugs in the bloodline because we knew they criminal history or whatever like that. That's the thug right there. That's what they were talking about.
It's a real nigga.
Jacob Fatu. I dig it, man. I think it's going to be.
He an animal too,
awesome.
Man. In the ring,
yes.
He an animal.
He lost a lot of weight too.
He did. He lost a lot of weight. And if you guys have not, I mean, I was a little late to the party with Jacob Fatu, but I went back and I did my homework. Yo, this motherfucker is an animal, bro. And I'm not just talking about, oh yeah, you got the bad guy. Nah, watch he's a fucking animal in the ring, agile, aggressive. Samoan nigga, like, come on, bro. Like,
yes, and very agile for a big man too, but he lost some weight too, but very agile. So former MLW champion, I loved him when he was there and everything he did there, especially MLW. They allowed the curse or whatever too. So I was like, who the fuck is he? I like him right here.
It's gonna be interesting in WWE, man. It's gonna be interesting seeing because he's like one of them niggas that can't be tamed. So it's gonna be interesting seeing this guy.
Real fast, another question though. With the first half of WWE sort of coming to a close, do you feel like this has been the best year in pro wrestling though? 2024 been the best year. We had the Netflix deal. WrestleMania just been off the chain. Everything beyond that, the Y6. This past week, with Joe Hinch, everything. This past week, WWE was a surprise factor, shocker.
Yeah.
From Seth Rollins' debut in the Wyatt. Joe Hendry, SmackDown, everything that went down on SmackDown, it was just crazy
Yeah.
though. But yeah, do you feel like this has been sort of the best year in wrestling?
Best year? I mean, without a doubt, the week. This got to be one of the greatest weeks in pro wrestling. Period. Like and I'm talking like you just said, WWE, NXT, TNA. Like it's not only WWE is not only growing their shit, but also, just be real, you also experience in New Japan, and because these guys coming from New Japan, so now you got interest that's intrigued. Like you got people floating over, like where did he come from? So they got people looking up, like where they come from and what's going on over there. I think that this mix took the king of the castle, WWE, and they started to go around and say, "Hey, come here, let's invest this, let's invest this," and they're bringing pieces to the puzzle, and it's making interest be more united instead, and that's what's doing the great shit for pro wrestling right now, in my opinion. The dominant force has become friends or whatever with the other fucking parties, and now the other parties are gaining acknowledgement, allowing the best pieces of those parties to be presented, like Joe Hendry, like Jacob Fatu, like the Tamatonga, and the twins, whatever. You got all of these different versions of wrestling right now. Plus WWE's dramatic upgrade, from the past to the present. I mean, it's definitely potential for best year in pro wrestling as far as a candidate. It definitely has potential. Yeah, for sure. Unless, for the long time at least.
Yeah, and I mentioned the Netflix one too, and as well as we're talking about Jacob Fatu and how unleashed he would be in the WWE, and then coming up in the beginning of the new year, with the Netflix deal and everything been on Netflix, we don't know, and then WWE starting to use more blood. We've seen them using blood more. With CM Punk, he was bleeding. Cody Rhodes was bleeding. Clash of the Castle a little bit more.
Yeah.
So I see a little a drift that's coming in with this new era that we in, and which I dig it. I think is one of the best. Just with everything all evolved, everything. Even you thought we couldn't get no better. You had the Rock shit at WrestleMania and everything be done with that shit, and then
this shit right now is better than all that WrestleMania shit. I'm gonna say it right now. This week right here is just off the strength that it's not just one thing. It's multiple. Drew McIntyre. I can't believe how invested in fucking Drew McIntyre I am right now. Like literally one of the I'm watching Raw, I'm watching SmackDown to see what Drew about to say or what Drew about to do. Literally. I'm watching TikTok to see what Drew McIntyre about to do. You feel me? So the Bloodline and The Rock was the highlights of WrestleMania. Let's be real. The Bloodline and The Rock and Roman losing his title potentially was the fucking highlights of Mania. This shit right here is new, it evolved, and it's just completely different from what we've been seeing, and it's continuous. It's not just one show. It's SmackDown, it's TNA, it's NXT. This shit is, in my opinion, this week is 50 times better than all that shit from WrestleMania all combined. Honestly.
Okay.
Every story.
I dig it, man. Okay, all right. All right, man. You're right about that, man. There's a lot of wrestling that's going down and some good shit, man. For real. All right. We're gonna continue that Wrestle Talk on Commission Talk as well as Talk Pro Wrestling. And don't forget to definitely like, share, and subscribe to Straight Through the Ropes STR.
Yes, please.
All right, guys. We're gonna move on. It's time, you guys, for the WTF moment of the week. All right. Time for the WTF moment of the week. I'm gonna show you a clip though. Before I show you a clip real fast, B. All right, now just say you and your lady, man, you out at the park, y'all chilling, y'all having a good day, right? Just a nice, beautiful day. It's hot as shit outside though, but y'all out and about. And some guy just comes up behind you guys and says to your lady, "Hey man, you don't know what them cheeks. Give me them cheeks."
Oh, I saw this fucking video.
And this whole situation and in this moment, how would you feel and what would you do? I mean, when we show the clip first and then we go.
Yeah, you can show it so people can get
Okay.
perspective. So I don't sound like an
Okay. All
asshole.
right.
We're part
All
of
right.
D.C. that many of you are familiar with, but just a few weeks ago, it became the scene of a brutal assault, sending a man to the hospital to get more than 60 stitches.
We're talking about DuPont Circle. Only on 4 tonight, our Joseph Olmo spoke with the victim, a D.C. resident who has an urgent message for neighbors and anyone visiting the tourist hotspot.
As Timoteo Murphy walks up to News 4 for an interview,
this is a very interesting time in Washington, D.C.
You can still very much see the impact of what happened almost 2 weeks ago.
And it's sad that we can't hang out in our parks
at DuPont Circle.
It's scary that, I have this in my head that I can't sit down or I have to be cautious of my surroundings.
Murphy says it was around 10:30 p.m. on Thursday, June 6th. A friend was visiting from L.A. They went to DuPont Circle to catch up.
And then all of a sudden, a dark figure with gray sweatpants comes around this corner here and says, "You don't know what to do with that butt. Give me that butt." He grabs my friend by the back of the neck and smacks her in between the legs.
Murphy says he was able to pull his friend away from the suspect, but that's when he says things got even more violent.
When I kicked him in his chest, he dropped, and I rushed him, and I grabbed him in a headlock, and I put my legs around his waist, and I squeezed him as fast as I could, but he was already stabbing me.
According to court documents, investigators say Murphy was stabbed in the neck, 2 times in the left rib and abdomen area, and once in his left leg.
Blood trail was from here all the way down, make a left on in, and was straight down in all the way to 17.
That blood trail Murphy's referring to, the roughly 5-block trip he made on his bike back to his apartment to get to safety before being rushed to the hospital for treatment.
It's something to get used to for sure.
Murphy is now slowly recovering and says he's learned this.
Be careful, like it's sad to say, trust no one. The land of the free, the home of the brave. So be brave if danger comes to you, and stand your ground.
And one wish for the suspect?
I hope he gets help, He
Fuck
can get
that.
prisoned
Fuck
and
you
then
and all
get
that
out
nice
and
shit.
do the same problem. But
Fuck you and that nice shit. So I'm sorry, I'm not one of them niggas, yo. Fuck you. You stabbed me in my knife in my neck, fuck me up. I gotta walk off fucked up the rest of my life because I'm just chilling at a park and I hope he gets better. Fuck him. Hope he's fucking dead. Let's be real. And Dre, this is actually a different video than what I thought you was gonna play. I thought they had a video with a guy. This girl was just shopping in the fucking store, and it was one of them stupid prank videos. And the guy was like, "Yo, I wish I could clap them cheeks. Like, can I feel them cheeks? Does that clap? Does them cheeks clap?" And the girl sitting there, she's kind of like, she's by herself. She's like, "Excuse me," like, she didn't really speak good English. And she's just getting fucking harassed by this nigga playing a joke, man. And I was thinking to myself in my head, if that was my wife and he didn't know I was there, yeah, I would have came up behind my man, probably fucking pushed him. Like, yo, what the fuck is you doing, bruh? Get the fuck away from my woman. And then in some shit like this, here's the relatability. I'm gonna sound like an asshole. I don't want to rant, but you open the opportunity. You open the door. You open the door. Yo, listen. I think people need to start understanding. Just like he said at the end of that video. I'm sorry, bro. I'm sorry for what happened to you. You didn't deserve that shit. Your girl didn't deserve that shit. But this is the thing people got to start understanding. We live in a world where anything, when you walk out that door, I don't care about your mentality. I don't care about what you think, what you feel should be the right thing, the wrong thing, whatever. You have to have a understanding that at any point in time, anything can happen. Anything can happen. I tell my kids, I tell my wife, I every time I go out, I do the shopping, I pump the gas. I'm fucking cautious with my family. You shouldn't have to be. So what? You have to be. If you sitting in a park and some crazy out of nowhere, he never thought when he woke up that morning that was going to be his life. He never thought that shit. He went and sat in the park. It's a beautiful day out here. Out of nowhere. Gray sweatpants guy. Them cheeks, you don't need that. Boom. That shit happened in 2 seconds. That motherfucker. What the fuck is going? That's your first thing. That's your first 5 seconds maybe. What the fuck is going on here? And then when you realize it, then you are that's the fight or flight. That's that fight or flight. Then if you one of them niggas, like if you like me, the fight is instinct. Like immediately, like, what the fuck are you doing, bro? Like he said, kicked him in the chest, and then he went to go get him. which is smart. But before you know it, getting stabbed in the neck already. You fucked up already. You didn't do nothing, bruh. I'm just saying. I'm not trying to tell on myself or nothing right now. But Dre, with me, he would have been shot. It wouldn't have been fucking even a thought in my thing. I always got my shit on me. And for that reason, because I'm always trying to make sure that I got a family to protect. I got a family to get back home to. I see these news reports. You go to the supermarket, motherfuckers is walking around, coming to the supermarket. I just don't like black people. I'm killing. Nah, fuck you. I'm going to be dead because you in a bad mood. Nah, fuck you.
Did you hear about that situation with the black lady that stabbed the little 3-year-old
the little
boy? Yeah.
Fuck you, man. I'm telling you, bro. It sucks. It sucks so bad because, like I said, man, you still have these things, and you still have good people in the world, man. And people are literally still willing to have the conversations. Oh, man, but everybody deserves to be forgiven. And listen, that sounds good. That sounds good until your baby got to go to the park. Till your baby got to go, or you. I mean. But at the very end, the person that you love and you cherish, the innocent, you know what I'm saying, is sitting there. The mom's just putting the fucking, Drake, literally shopping today. I was telling my son while we were putting the stuff in the car, I was like, James, even though you doing this, keep your head around. You never know. I told him about the story. This lady just came up and killed a little boy. Keep your head. Pay attention. Don't be paranoid, but pay attention. Because that'll save your life, man. Somebody walking up to you, hey, excuse me. As soon as I hear that, I grab, I'm like, hey, people come up and want to give you flyers and bullshit. I'm like, hey, man, I'm good. Nah, I'm good, bro. It's cool. Nah, cool. Nah, go ask them over there. Nah, I'm good. Thanks, bro. Thank you. That's me all the time. If you cross a fucking boundary, I'm hitting you. I'm rocking your fucking shit. I'm not taking that risk, man. I'm sorry, but these stories are so fucked up, man. You just going shopping and then you lost your son just because you went shopping? Nah, fuck you. Prepare, man. Prepare yourself. Go to the park with your kids, have fun, but also tell yourself and know that, hey, man, just in case something happens, just in case. You got insurance, right? Just in case, right? Just in case.
Yeah,
just
man.
saying, bro.
She get real, man. Definitely get
sad,
real,
man. It's super sad, bro.
Yeah, definitely is though. Man, Brian, man, I appreciate your time, man, for real. Coming here, man, on chatting with me, chopping it up on the podcast show, man. Definitely awesome. Tell everyone, man, where they can definitely catch you at, subscribe, and follow you at, man, for real.
Yeah, for real, man. We over at the Beeline ENT LLC. And listen, if you guys want to catch everything, I still would love if you guys go to YouTube and support and everything like that. But we have a website, and the website now holds all of the shows, all of the episodes. It is the www.theb-entertainmentllc.com. And you can check out everything there, all the information. You can buy the merch. You can we do editing services. We got a lot of stuff going on. Of course, watch the commission talks with me, Dre, and Warren Marlowe, and just follow us there. And thank you guys so much for having me. Thank you, Dre, for having me. It's always a good convo, bro.
Man, always, man. Definitely always, man. Like I said as well early in the show, Beyond 1130, we'll be back next month, man. This is the season finale of the podcast show. The 1130 podcast show will return this fall. And also, got the 5-year anniversary in December, man. So big things coming for the 1130 podcast. Also, Talk Pro Wrestling this Saturday, and it's going to keep going on, man, for real, throughout everything else. Brian, always, my guy, as always. Fun to have you on and chopping up with you. Thank everyone for tuning in. Definitely subscribe, like, follow, and tell a friend about the Beeline Entertainment LLC. But until next time, you guys, man, I'll see you guys on Talk Pro Wrestling on Beyond 1130. Until next time, like I said, for myself, Dre, aka Dre on Wheels, and my guy Brian B. We out, man. Peace.
Hey.
I'm from the city, DC, that's where I'm from. 1130 podcast, Dre on Wheels, he is the one. Let's get it, Who with me? Let's get it, Who with me? I'm from the city, DC, that's where I'm from. Let's get it. 1130 podcast, Dre on Wheels, he is the one.
He the one, nigga.
So let's breeze, baby.
He the one.
Who with me? So breeze, baby. Let's get it. You with me? Yeah, they gon' hate, but they ain't stopping this. I'ma keep making hits. Dre and Wills, you know it ain't no copying. Was you sitting there on the carpet with